This isn't a scene from a Hollywood blockbuster. This is not a concept artist's dream. This is real, and it's happening next year. Right now, while the entire world is mesmerized by the blinding light of AI chips and the distant thunder of military drones, they are completely missing the single greatest transportation revolution since Henry Ford rolled the first Model T off the assembly line. One company working in plain sight is on the final countdown to making urban air travel. The flying taxi, a daily reality for you and for millions. Their launch is not in a decade, it's not in 5 years, it is months away. Imagine it, skipping the soul-crushing traffic, transforming a grueling 2-hour commute into a serene 15-minute flight across the city. This isn't a fantasy, this is the world that Joby Aviation is building at this very moment. It's a world where your time is finally given back to you. So what exactly is Joby Aviation? To call them a drone company is a wild understatement. It's like calling a spaceship a firecracker. Joby is the pioneer of a new class of vehicle, the eVTOL, or electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft. Forget the noisy, clattering helicopters of the past. This is a different beast entirely. It's a sleek 5-seat aircraft that rises into the air with the quiet hum of a futuristic drone, then transitions to fly with the speed and efficiency of a winged airplane. It does all of this with 0 operating emissions. It is a masterpiece of engineering designed not just for performance but for peace. It's quiet enough to operate in our cities without becoming a nuisance, a flying neighbor you'll barely hear. This isn't just an idea. They have flown over 30,000 miles in this aircraft. They've proven it works. But in the brutal race to the skies, having a working aircraft is just the price of entry. The real question is, why are they so far ahead? The answer is execution. While competitors like Archer Aviation are still navigating the early stages, targeting a launch in 2027, Joby is preparing for commercial liftoff in 2025. They are not just years ahead, they are in a different league of operational readiness. Right now, as you watch this, Joby is finalizing its production lines. Joby is training its first generation of commercial pilots. Joby is building the infrastructure. The finish line in this race isn't just about building the machine, it's about earning the right to fly it. It's about getting the full blessing of the Federal Aviation Administration, the FAA. And here Joby has played chess while others were playing checkers. They have already secured a crucial Part 135 air carrier certificate from the FAA. Let me be clear about what this means. This certificate is the legal license to operate a commercial air taxi service. It's the FAA saying, we have reviewed your operational plans, your safety procedures, and your training manuals, and we grant you the authority to run an airline. This isn't a maybe. It is a foundational, concrete step that puts them light years ahead of the pack. They have the permit to operate an airline before they've even delivered their first aircraft. But even with a proven aircraft and the license to operate, a colossal challenge remains. Building one prototype in a lab is one thing. Building thousands of them for the entire world is the real test. And this is where Joby's strategy becomes pure genius. They didn't go it alone. They forged alliances with titans. First, the manufacturing powerhouse, Toyota. The undisputed masters of high-volume precision manufacturing are not just passive investors in Joby, they are active hands-on partners. Toyota's engineers are working shoulder to shoulder with Joby's team, designing a factory capable of producing these revolutionary aircraft at a scale the world has never seen. This isn't a hopeful startup tinkering in a garage. This is a manufacturing revolution backed by the best in the business. And once these aircraft roll off the line, who will fly them? Who will bring this service to the masses? The airline superpower, Delta Airlines. Delta hasn't just put in money, they have signed a landmark commercial agreement to integrate Joby's air taxis into their own ecosystem. Imagine this, you land at JFK after a long flight, you scan your boarding pass, and instead of heading for the chaos of the taxi stand, you are guided to a skyport on the roof. A quiet, Delta-branded Joby aircraft is waiting. Minutes later, you are gracefully descending in the heart of Manhattan. This isn't a distant dream. This partnership makes the entire vision tangible, believable, and imminent. So, with a 2025 launch date, powerhouse partners, a proven aircraft, and a critical operating license already in hand, Joby Aviation seems utterly unstoppable, right? A guaranteed success. This is where most analyses stop, and this is where they make a fatal mistake. They are missing the most important part of the story. The entire market is being fundamentally misread. So-called experts and Wall Street analysts are lumping all eVTOL companies into a single high-risk basket, labeling it a 2027 and beyond opportunity. They see it as a distant, speculative future. They are profoundly wrong. They are looking at the sector, but they are failing to look at the leader. Joby isn't just another company in the next wave of technology. Joby is the tsunami that is about to crash onto the shore, and it is arriving in 2025. Years before anyone is truly prepared for it. This changes everything. It means this is not just another high-risk, high-reward tech stock. This is a critical timing mismatch. The market sees a far-off opportunity, but the reality is a near-term, earth-shattering catalyst. The true value of Joby Aviation isn't in what it might do in 2027. It's in what it is about to do in 2025. Everything we have discussed, the revolutionary technology, the alliance with Toyota, the backing of Delta, the 2025 launch, all of it hinges on one final monumental step, the final boss, the FAA Type Certification. This is not just another piece of paper, this is the Holy Grail. It is the official, unequivocal declaration from the United States government that Joby's aircraft design is safe for commercial flight with human passengers. It is the ultimate seal of approval, the key that turns the engine for the very first time. Joby is in the final, grueling stages of this multi-year process right now. They are submitting their final certification plans. Every single test flight, every component analysis, every line of code is building towards this one singular moment. The moment that certification is announced, the floodgates will burst open. The maybe becomes a now. The pre-revenue promises become post-revenue reality. And this brings us back to the hidden risk I mentioned at the very beginning, the ticking clock. The risk isn't that Joby will fail to get the certification. The evidence suggests they are on a clear path to success. No, the real risk is complacency. It's the danger of waiting. The company is still being valued by many as a speculative pre-certification venture, but the clock is ticking down to that FAA announcement with every passing second. The moment the FAA gives the green light, the entire story changes overnight. The valuation, the public perception, the media narrative, it all transforms in an instant. The risk isn't in the technology, the risk is in waiting until the news is out. The secret is revealed and the opportunity has already taken flight without you. The future of urban transportation was never a question of if, but who and when. Today, we have the answer. The who is Joby Aviation, and the when is 2025. They possess the undeniable technological lead, proven through thousands of miles of real-world flight. They command the manufacturing might of Toyota, ensuring they can build the future at scale. They hold the operational key with their air carrier certificate and the implicit trust of an airline giant like Delta. And they are standing on the 1-yard line of the final company-making FAA Type Certification. Forget the stock charts and abstract numbers for a second. Picture this. It's late 2025. You're in New York City or Los Angeles or Miami. You open an app on your phone. You book a flight. Minutes later, a quiet, elegant electric aircraft descends to a nearby rooftop. You step inside. This is not science fiction. This is the reality Joby is delivering. They're not just creating a product, they are building an entirely new layer of infrastructure for our cities, a new circulatory system for humanity. Joby Aviation stands today at the precipice of commercial flight. They are years ahead of their closest rivals, and while the rest of the market sleeps, lulled by the distant talk of a far-off eVTOL future, the undisputed leader is completing its final pre-flight checks. The dramatic journey is almost complete. The only question left is, will you be one of the people who looks up at the sky in 2025 and says, "I never saw it coming"? Or will you be one of the few who says, "I knew it was always meant to be"? The transportation revolution is here. It's electric, it's vertical, and it's starting now.